Good evening. Welcome to the 2020 Sports Awards Night. I would like to first congratulate the class of 2020 for their great accomplishments and for their accomplishments also on the sports teams throughout their high school and middle school years. Renee Edwards, Taylor Crawford, Lainey Garr, Rebecca Rudd, Ben Doerr, and David Zuniga for their contribution and participation in volleyball and football, basketball, track and field at state and international conventions, and field of archery also at state and national conventions. I'd like to also recap the sports season starting with volleyball and congratulate our Warriors team for their 12th undefeated season and their second place at state. What an accomplishment that these girls have done for the years. In basketball, also a first this year for their 100th win in their first place conference season, their first ever, and their first time second at state. We'd like to thank all the players for their dedication, for a job well done during the season, for a great season that we did have, for our coaches, for their tireless hours of practices, taking the kids to games across the state, above the state, all the places they've traveled, for the character that they've upheld and shown to the kids throughout the state, and for the outstanding sportsmanship that Sunshine always portrays. To our parents, for your allowing your kids to play and for cheering them on and for being their greatest cheerleaders and for being our greatest support. We thank you. I know the season had just ended when we turned into not even having school, so I would like to say congratulations to all of you for finishing your school year, and we hope that next year as we start the new year we'll be able to get right back into a 2020 sports season with football and volleyball, and I hope that you have a great summer. I'd like to start today as I'm filling in for the middle school coach, Leah Spear. She coached middle school volleyball this year. They had a wonderful season. I was able to help her this year and just watch over the team and also participate in some of the practices. These girls were some of the most fun, giddy, ambitious. They tried so hard, all of them, and we just had a great season. We had so much fun in the season that we even took them to state playoffs. It had been a few years since we had done that. But they just finished first in their season, and so they went on to the state playoff. They didn't place at state, but they had a great time. Everyone put in a great effort and finished the season fantastically. So the players on the team this year were Sara Alvarado, Chelsea Broxton, Rosemary Chiriboga, Alicia Cisnero, Ava Kehoe, Jordan Pridemore, Karina Rivera, Alexis Sawyer, Dariah Smith, Hannah Sorensen, and Alexis Stout. Miss Spear chose for her MVP, which is no surprise, as Alexis Stout. She also got MVP at the state competition. She is usually very quiet, even though her mom wouldn't say she was. She appears to be very quiet, but when she would get on that court, a whole new Alexis came out. But she led her team. She didn't just play on the team. She did a great job in encouraging the others and doing her very best to please her coach and her other players. Most improved is Jordan Pridemore. All of these girls definitely improved this year, and when we have a tryout and we have to choose some, they come so far to even try to get to that point. But Jordan definitely was a total different player this year when she finished than when she started. She had the new desire to just really become a better player, and it definitely showed. And for Christian character, she chose Sara Alvarado. She said, Sara would always say, let's pray, when they get in a difficult situation or when they'd start getting down. So she awarded Sara with Christian character. Great job, middle school volleyball, and we hope to see you next year if you're moving up to the varsity team or if you'll again be joining us on the middle school team. Moving on to the sports awards for the varsity girls basketball team for 2020. Ms. Nilsson was not able to be with us today, but she did give me her list, and we are so thankful that we added back Sara Nielsen this year to our basketball team, and the enthusiasm and her experience that she brings to the team is definitely going to help build this team in the next couple of years. So we had very few basketball girls this year that were varsity players, high school age, and we joined them together with the middle school so that we could start building the team for future seasons. So she did a great job with these girls. There was so much improvement on this team this year. And I just encourage those of you who are in the high school that were thinking about it last year to give it a try this year. And those of you who played last year or are moving up into the high school, that you would also take that time to come and see what she's about and what she can teach you, even if you're not really comfortable with it. Her captains this year were Rebecca Rudd and Trinity Hood, and we congratulate you for your leadership on the court and for a job well done. Saw great improvement in these two young ladies. Rebecca is not a big girl, but she could move that ball and she could make things happen. Trinity's a very strong player, and she brought that strength to the court and led her team so well. The players, team players, in addition to Rebecca and Trinity, were Hannah Bechtel, Anastasia Ravish, and Zoe Ravish. And then our middle school, Sara Alvarado, Chelsea Broxton, Nani Lopez, Karina Rivera, Daria Smith, Catalina Zuniga, and Jocelyn Young. These girls were young players to be playing other teams on the varsity level, but they hung in there, they did their best. They strive to keep up with them and to improve throughout the year. And those things are going to make a difference in the years to come as we work on building this team. Her MVP for this year was Trinity Hood. Congratulations, Trinity. Most improved, we gave a high school most improved, which was Rebecca Rudd. And for the middle school, Nani Lopez. And her Christian Character Award for this year is Hannah Bechtel. We have one senior on this team, so we have a lot of opportunities next year for the rest of you. I pray that you have a safe and wonderful summer and that we see you back in the fall ready for a new school year.
Hi, this is Coach Nichols here. I'm giving out the awards for the middle school football program. We had a limited schedule this year, but we were 2-1 for the season, and it was an experience for me as well as for a lot of the younger kids. I'd like to introduce our captains for the year, Angel Lopez and Isaiah Sanchez. They did a good job with leadership on the team. I had some other team leaders that helped me during practice and helped me during the game, reminding me to pray each morning or each beginning of each practice. Those team leaders are Matt Edwards and Luke Garr. They helped me quite a bit. Putting stuff away. Daniel Lazo helped me put stuff away. And Nico Rodriguez also was a big help during the season. Our sixth graders are Diego Nelson, Luke Garr, Raul Puga, Antonio Cruz, Daniel Lazo. Our seventh graders are Gavin Hobbs, Daniel Hood, Jacinia Torres, Matt Edwards, Nathan Cutteridge, Johnny Aruza, and Cesar Gutierrez. Our eighth graders, Nico Rodriguez, Isaiah Sanchez, Angel Lopez, Carter Taylor, and Jimmy Flanagan. And now for our awards. The most improved player went to Raul Puga. He improved so much throughout the year. And he really wanted to play. If he was going to get cut, he was very disappointed with that. So he came and his skills were increased throughout the season. Our MVP, and we couldn't have had 2 wins without him. I had said that if he wanted to run the whole time, we could just get on his back and he can just take us to the end zone. And that's Angel Lopez, our most valuable player. And the young man with the Christian character I saw he was our captain. He was a stand-up individual. He was helping me as a coach. And Isaiah Sanchez is our young man with the Christian character. I want to thank you for your time and your all the effort that you gave me throughout the year. And I'll see you again next school year.
Hey Lady Warriors, how's it going? I have some awards to give you today, and we're going to start right off here. But first, I want to tell you that I am so proud of the great season we had. This season was just better than I ever thought it was going to be, and I am so proud of our second place trophy at state. You guys rocked it. We're going to start out with Brooklyn Calvert. This year, Brooklyn is getting a captain's pin and a regular pin. Taylor Crawford is getting a pin. Allison Cutteridge also gets a pin. Renee Edwards gets a captain pin and a regular volleyball pin. Emma Garr gets a pin. Lainey Garr gets a pin. Julianis Gonzalez gets a letter. Trinity Hood gets a letter. Aubrey Keene, a letter. Hannah Upton, a pin. Also, we've got some special awards. We've got our MVP award, which is Renee. Most improved is Trinity. And Christian character is Hannah. And we all can definitely agree on the Christian character for Hannah. She's always such a good-spirited person on and off the court. And I'm so proud and happy to give her that this year. Also, just reminding you girls, no matter what is going on in your life, you always need to be that Bible that some of these people right now are never going to be able to read. God bless you. I love you so much.
Hey, JV basketball men. You had a great season. You played hard. And I'm here to announce your awards. So, for most improved, we have Chris, Baby Shack, Alicia. Christian character, Luke Garr, Matthew Edwards. Great job, guys. MVP, Nico Rodriguez. Great job, Nico. You played hard. And for the rest of our team that are going to be receiving ribbons, we have Christopher Alicia, Jonathan Aruez, Nathan Cutteridge, Carter Taylor, Matthew Edwards, Jimmy Falligan, Luke Garr, Daniel Hood, Sebastian Nelson, Nicholas Rodriguez, also known as Nico, Christopher Self, Christopher Smith, Jeshua Torres, and Elisha Vilsaint. Thanks, guys.
Hello, my name is Coach Steve Spear from Sunshine. We're going to give out our varsity awards for basketball and for football. I want to first of all thank the Lord for a good season. We've had a great season this year. Boys played real hard. We got several awards, both in football and basketball. But first I want to start off with football. I'll first announce the names of the players. Our first player was John Kraft. Then we have Ben Dewar, Zachariah Edwards, Sebastian Graveline, Dylan Ordway, Jacob Yearden, and John. Our captains this year were Ben and Dylan. They did a great job as captains. They led the team both in football and spiritually. I appreciate that. John Kraft gets a pin this year. Ben Dewar, John and Ben both were seniors. Ben gets a pin this year also. They've already got their letters. So this year they get a pin. Zachariah Edwards gets a pin. Sebastian Graveline, he was an 8th grader. He gets a ribbon this year. We also have Dylan Ordway. He gets a captain's pin and a pin for playing. Jacob Yearden was also an 8th grader. He stepped up this year, played hard. He gets a ribbon. And John, he gets a pin. My most improved this year was Jacob Yearden. He started the year trying hard, working hard, and got real good toward the end of the year. I was real proud of him. Our MVP this year for football was Dylan Ordway. He was also our quarterback. He just did everything I asked him. He played hard, as did all the boys, but I was real proud of him. Thank you, Dylan. And our Christian character this year which we have a lot of great boys. But this is a hard one, but this young man really, man, he stood out among all of them. Every time there was something going on, he was right there helping and just doing everything. I'm real proud of him, and that was Zachariah Edwards. So congratulations, Zachariah. Next, we're going to move on to our basketball awards. Helping me coach this year was Coach Sean Gallagher. He did an awesome job. And I did not mention Eric in the football awards, but Eric also was a great help. He helped me in football, and I couldn't have done it without him. He was my right-hand man, just like Sean was in basketball. Anything I needed, he was right there. He had to practice school before I even got there. He was on the same page. We did a great job this year together, and I'm looking forward to next year with both of them. But my captains for the basketball team was Tim Edwards and Dylan Ordway. And those two guys, man, they did an awesome job. I want to announce the players. Ben Dewar, David Zuinga, Dylan Ordway, Timothy Edwards, Gabriel Pridemore, Chase Burdick, Zachariah Edwards, Angel Alcina, Elmer Edmondson, and Angel Lopez. I gotta say one thing about this basketball team. It was probably one of the best basketball teams Sunshine's ever had. We made it all the way to second place this year to the championship, and we was only I think it was 18 points I think before we and we could have won this thing. It was a close game, and I'm real proud of the boys for what they've done. They uphold good Christian character and they played hard, and I'm looking to win it next year. I think we can do it. For the medals, I already announced Tim and Dylan as captains. They will also be getting pins. Elmer Edmondson will be getting a letter, and Angel Lopez will be getting a ribbon because he was an 8th grader and played real hard, played good. Gabriel, Chase, Zachariah, Angel, David, and Ben will be getting pins. They've already gotten their letters. Most improved this year was Angel Alcina. Man, he got after it, did a real good job this year. And by the end of the year, he was making everything he was shooting. It was awesome. MVP for basketball was Dylan Ordway. He was also the captain. I mean, you give Dylan the ball, he could take it up and down the court, shoot from anywhere. He got several times. He got a lot of rebounds. He just did an awesome job. And we'll give those props to Dylan. He really worked hard this year. And Christian character, again, Christian character is the most important award for me and for our school, actually. I mean, we just really try to raise these young boys and girls up to the best they can. And so when we give a Christian character award, it is important to us. And this young man did it just like he did in football. He exhorted good Christian character on and off the court, helped with whatever was needed, had a Christ-like spirit, and I appreciate that. And that's Zachariah Edwards. Good job, Zach. Also, I think we had a couple other, which I don't have on here, which was the most three-pointers. You know, that goes to Timothy Edwards. And the most rebounds was Ben Dewar. And I think David Zuniga also gets a three-point pin. Both of those guys, man, they were hitting those 3 points like crazy. All right, well, thank you guys. We had a great season. I'm looking for next year.